1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Today, I'm going to do something that I rarely ever do. I mean, this is going to be absolutely astonishing to those watching. I'm going to say nice things about the Bengals.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. I don't know if I'm softening up. I don't know if maybe potentially it's just my yearning for the NFL to return, for football to come back into play. But I'm feeling a little soft on the Bengals right now. Maybe I've been doing too much therapy.
No longer Big Teddy.
Yeah.
It is now Teddy Bear. Big softy, Teddy Bear.
Cuddly, friendly. Much like the Bengals defense.
Hey now.
Hey, I did it. C-Cat's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. It's your boy Theo Dorsey, and we're getting rolling here on a Wednesday. Couple programming notes before we get going here, C-Cat. Typically, we get Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike on Wednesdays, and that's, the people love them some Evan Cohen. I mean, the studio's named after him. He did 80 years in this radio market before heading over to the national stage and doing Unsportsmanlike 6 to 10 a.m.
He actually poured the concrete on the radio signal, the radio tower that you listen on ESPN 1063.
Yeah.
He was mixing the concrete, and he poured it to allow us to speak on the air today.
Right. And then when he did, he actually wrote in with his finger. After you pour the concrete, he wrote in Evan loves and a heart and then UD 40.
Yes.
Speaking of Udonis Haslam, his favorite, I think that's his favorite athlete of all time.
Did he do the Michael Scott put your face in the wet concrete so that everyone knows that it's not just any Evan?
Evan's a little bit too smart for that.
Okay.
Only a little bit. Now, actually a lot of bit. Evan is a little too. Who would do that though? Who amongst ESPN West Palm, or maybe even our friends on the ESPN Radio National lineup would be most likely to think that if you smush your face into the wet concrete and pull it out, the mold would stay?
McAfee. McAfee would want not his footprint, not his fingerprints.
Yeah.
He would want his face print on the foundation of ESPN Radio, even though he's not on ESPN Radio.
Right, I was about to say, but he's everywhere.
And he's on the Home Run Derby coverage, if you didn't see.
Is he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
People were saying, we're not getting enough of Pat McAfee. We got to put him on something else. So they said the Home Run Derby.
Is he gonna turn into the Stephen A. Smith of ESPN programming, where he's everywhere?
He already has. Has he not? I mean, once you put him on game day, that's a big ask.
Man, actually, you're right. He kind of is Stephen A. Smith. It's just like a different variation. Mm-hmm. It's like a different variation of Stephen A. Just on everything. You never necessarily ask for it, but generally speaking, it's a decent ad. You're not that mad at it until Stephen A. starts giving the Knicks pregame speeches.
Or when Stephen A. was on UFC coverage. When that was on ESPN and he was giving his opinions on stuff, and then you have multi-time belt winners that were fought in MMA that were in the UFC looking at him like, all right, sure thing.
Yeah, the funny thing about that is with Stephen A., he is that
he won't be
confident.
timid. He won't what, I'll trust you. You're the pro. You're the guy who was in that octagon. No. He'll give you his full-fledged opinion, even if it's half-baked.
Yeah.
Even if it was based on the highlight tape.
You got to love the gall. You got to love the gall. You know who really has unmitigated gall? Who is absolutely got to be out of touch with reality. That is the ownership, the decision makers around the Cincinnati Bengals. C-Cat, we are 57 days away from kickoff to the NFL season. And today I started feeling about talking a little Bengals ahead of this year. I know it's back-to-back seasons. They've missed the playoffs. Last year, they did so in dramatic fashion. Actually, their demise was televised, as we had to watch on Hard Knocks. Them watching the Chiefs get absolutely shellacked by the Broncos in Week 18. They needed the Chiefs to beat the Broncos, and they would have made the postseason. But The Chiefs already had the 1 seed locked up. They played the bench, and the rest is history. And despite having a Triple Crown winner in Jamar Chase as a receiver, despite having the passing yards leader in Joe Burrow, and by the way, the sack champ in Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals failed to make it to the postseason. And I believe it didn't help them at all that they started off yet again. I think, 3 straight seasons they started 0-2. They got to cut that out. I heard earlier on Joe and Q, the good people here on ESPN Radio, what you can hear from 12 to 2 here on ESPN 106.3. I heard them talking about coaches who are like most on the hot seat, who have the highest expectations, and Zach Taylor's name came up. One thing I will say before I make the point I want to get to about these Bengals this year is it's funny that Zach Taylor kind of skates a little bit when we talk about coaches on the hot seat. He skates a little bit when we talk about guys who might have their job in jeopardy. I want y'all to remember one quick thing here. The one of the most glaring red flags for a coach that you can tell they're having internal pressure is when they fire somebody on their staff that has actually been proven to be good. And I'm not sure how many of y'all are familiar with Big Lou, as they call it, a defensive coordinator or former defensive coordinator for the Bengals. But after last year, as they were a bottom 5 defense in the league, Big Lou was fired. And what I will say is they made a change at defensive coordinator. And now they're going to be relying on a team that is similarly structured, but instead you have a new DC coming in. You didn't make any positive additions to either side of the ball that are going to feel like a great change. And on top of that, your best defender and your first round pick and Shamar Stewart are both locked in to contract and seemingly relationship struggles and battles with management right now that don't seem like they have any kind of end. So before we even get into some of this Bengals talk today, I want to start with this. Did you know that Trey Hendrickson is prepared to sit out until the start of the regular season?
Wow.
He's prepared to hold out all of training camp. Trey Hendrickson, FAU grad and the sack champ from last year, who has failed to get his extension despite watching pass rushers all over the league get paid.
Who was the guy that the Jets traded for, I believe, same position?
Hassan Reddick,
yes. Same situation from the Eagles. And he eventually caved and did show up to work, and that was a mistake on the Jets' part because they had missed cross wires.
Yeah.
But that's pretty crazy.
It is. It's actually insane. It's actually insane because last year, Trey Hendrickson this time was told, we're going to pay you, but we need you to prove it one more season. And the reason why I say they're out of touch with reality and they have some unmitigated gall is he went out and did more than prove it. He was the best at his position last year when it comes to production. He led the league in sacks. I know it's not all about sacks, but the fact that he was able to not just get to the quarterback but take them down nearly 20 times last year on that abysmal defense when all you had to worry about was one guy, and that was Trey Hendrickson, I think he proved his point. He earned his worth. He might be 30 years old, but I don't think that not paying your best defender is going to get you any closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good point because you might say, well, the Bengals were historically bad on defense. Why would we want to pay a member of that defense? Well, yeah, if he's the only shining star, there are opposing offensive lines who will scheme for that guy, who will try to take that guy off the field, double him, and make sure they take care of Trey Hendrickson because the Bengals got nobody else. And he still was able to put up those numbers and lead the league in sacks. So it is certainly worth mentioning when talking about why you value someone like that.
You should. But again, the Bengals are a bit ridiculous in the front office. But that brings me to the point I want to make, which is positive in Cincinnati's direction. And I think it's actually intriguing to football fans at whole. CK, do you want to know when the last time is that a quarterback has led the league in passing back-to-back years? Back-to-back years, top passer in the NFL. And we've had some great ones flow through this league.
Let's see, the last time, I don't think Mahomes has ever done it because once he put up those big numbers, he then worried about winning games and not putting up stats.
Yeah,
so I don't think Mahomes never did it. It was like 2013?
2016, Drew Brees.
Okay.
And, in fact, he actually did it 3 straight years. 2014, 2015, and 2016, Brees led the league in passing. Last year, Joe Burrow led the league in passing, famously, 4,918 yards. This year, he actually has the shortest odds in the NFL. When you look at many of sports books, I couldn't find any odds on Hard Rock Bet, but plus 600 was the general odds I saw from different sports books on Joe Burrow leading the league in passing again this next year. The next closest quarterback was actually Patrick Mahomes at plus 700. I think that is idiotic. It's probably stupid money. I love the weapons. I think Mahomes has been alluding that the Chiefs are going to open up the offense a lot more this year. He wants to sling it around. But didn't he say that same crap last year?
Right, yeah. This is – and also, that Chiefs defense, is it changing much from last year?
It's pretty good.
Right, like
pretty good.
Again, what I said 90 seconds ago, Mahomes does not put up big yardage anymore because he doesn't have to and he doesn't need to. It's worrying about controlling the football and keeping the football away from the opposition, unlike the beginning of his career in 2018, 17, 19.
Right. The Chiefs have an elite defense, and they still do. And they've strengthened it through the draft with pass rushers and defensive backs. They'll be good again. And that is why. And also, they're likely – I mean, there's a good chance Mahomes doesn't even play Week 18 again. Yeah, which will hold him back from that, whereas we know Joe Burrow is going to be in contention. And that is what I want to get to right here today. I do think that Burrow is properly rated as the quarterback with the shortest odds to lead the league in passing again. And honestly, more favorably towards Burrow, it's a good chance he's like the shortest odds to do it year after year after year for as long as he's in a Bengals uniform. This team is literally built for shootouts. It's purposefully, it feels like, built for just theatrics, big plays, and a lot of excitement. And to be honest with you, instead of hating on how the Bengals are cheap and frugal as an organization and how they are refusing to make the adequate changes necessary to make that defense good enough to get them to the playoffs and to get them back to the Super Bowl again, maybe we should just sit back, relax, and appreciate the majesty that we're going to be seeing between Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown, everybody in that offense, because they're going to need to put up a lot of points, and they are perfectly crafted to do so. On Twitter, we had a comment. Steve, he says Al Golden, who's coming in as the defensive coordinator, is going to maximize the defense for the Cincinnati Bengals. Sorry. It's just not going to cut it. First of all, the talent's not there on the Bengals defensive side of the ball. Secondly, the guy that was leading Notre Dame's defense last year I'm not that confident he's going to be able to lead the defense to be able to stop guys like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud in the AFC this year to the level that you're going to need to, especially given the tools at hand. It's cute. I like Al Golden. I think he's a good coach. Hurricanes fan. I mean, it's a little weird, but I think he's a good coach. Not necessarily somebody that will make me think the Bengals defense is now somehow going to be at least league average. They're going to be bad. And the Bengals have a lot of weapons, and I do think that Joe Burrow at plus 600, if you can find it somewhere, is good money to be able to repeat and probably do it year after year after year. But then I looked around because I was interested. Once I started looking at the Joe Burrow numbers, C-Cat, I was like, hold on. Well, if he's going to lead the league in passing again, remember Jamar Chase? Remember Jamar Chase, who I believe in fantasy football is going number one in most drafts? Jamar Chase, who won the Triple Crown and got paid alongside T. Higgins this offseason, the highest paid receiver in the league now. Why wouldn't he be perfectly positioned to do the same thing as well? He's plus 600 on the books to repeat as the receiving champ, and I think last year he left a lot of meat on the bones.
Yeah, it was a slow start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because Burrow wasn't playing very well at the beginning part of that season, so in turn you got low yardage numbers for Jamar Chase early in the season. What has changed?
And I think the thing that has changed is the defense has gotten worse. The Bengals defense has gotten worse, and they're going to need more out of Jamar. And I do think that for the first time, all good things have to come to an end. And as a Chiefs fan and as a Bengals hater, it is absolutely good. It is enjoyable to the highest extent the way that they start seasons. I love that last year they rolled out the gates and got their tail whipped by the Patriots. Not tail whip, but they lost a close game, which, I mean, given what the Patriots were last year, as they were actively trying to lose games, that's like getting your tail whipped. I like that they're slow rolling, that the Chiefs got them the next game, and we got that cute comment. Can we I want to hear from this. Do we have Steve Spagnuolo? Because this is another point in the bucket for Joe Burrow. When people do these quarterback tiers and they try to rank who's the best of the best in the league right now, Patrick Mahomes is one in everybody's books. I'm glad we can finally clear that up. But then the question becomes, who is in that tier right below him? Is it just Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, or is Joe Burrow still firmly planted in that same circle? The winning would tell you no. The statistics would tell you he might even be better than them some seasons. But I don't like to rely on either of those things just solely. How about we listen to the best defensive coordinator in the NFL, the guy that might be the first ever coordinator to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame just specifically off of what he's done as a DC. He won a couple of Super Bowls with the Giants. He also, of course, has been with the Chiefs through their run. Steve Spagnuolo on the Netflix quarterback documentary that came out. It's what, Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, and Jared Goff?
Yes.
Oof. A lot more boring than they had last season, but you know what? We'll take it. Here is Spags addressing Joe Burrow after that Week 2 Chiefs win over the Bengals.
Hey, other than our guy, you're the best in the business. I'm not saying that because you're saying listen, I appreciate you. Good luck.
That right there to me, because Spags is the guy that has to scheme up and stop these guys. Like, I don't give a damn what the analysts say on the sports desks. I don't give a damn even sometimes some of the things I say, I'm like, I watch it back a year from now and I'm like, I could have cleaned that up. I could have been better about that. I could have been sharper about that. How did I not see that coming? When I hear Spags say that, C-Cat, it makes me have a little bit more respect for what Joe Burrow is, despite me still thinking he is nowhere close to that without having the weaponry that the Bengals have provided.
And Spags knows ball. Not just current ball. Spags was the defensive coordinator of the New York Giants when the New York Giants upset the New England Patriots and finished their undefeated season defeated in the Super Bowl. Yeah. So he's seen the best of the best of all time. So of all people in the world, he would know good quarterback play because he knows how to stop it. And he knew which is difficult to stop, which is Joe Burrow.
And here's the thing, too. Because his job is to find schemes to plug the gaps and to stop the Bengals, it's hard to judge Joe Burrow aside from the talent that surrounds him, because that's what Spags is doing. You know, he's not like you don't just draw up a game plan to stop Joe Burrow. You're drawing up the game plan to keep Jamar Chase and T. Higgins out of the end zone. You know, it's a little bit different than when you're trying to figure out how to stop Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or even Patrick Mahomes for that case. You're really trying to scheme up how do we blanket cover T. Higgins and Jamar Chase at the same time without leaving ourselves vulnerable to everything else that the Bengals can do. And Bill Barnwell actually just came out with an article on ESPN. He always does these nice previews ahead of the football season. Again, we're 57 days out from the kickoff, the September 4th Thursday night football kickoff to the NFL season. He ranked the top playmakers in the league, not just individually, but like the teams with the top set of playmakers. So halfbacks, tight ends, wide receivers, all across the league. Taking quarterback out of the equation, he ranked the top playmakers. Which team has the top playmakers? Where do you think the Bengals fell on that list? Because Mike Gesicki's not a guy that just drives the needle at tight end. Chase Brown, Zach Moss in the backfield, those aren't household names. They were pretty good last year, but where do you think the Bengals ranked on Bill Barnwell's list?
So what are the exact parameters? Is he using stats? Is he using the Madden overalls? What's going on here?
It would be funny. You know what? That's the only people that use Madden overalls is like the Jets front office, or at least the former Jets front office. No, he is using – was that the Jets or the Giants front office, actually?
It was the Giants.
It was the Giants. You're right. It was Joe Shane, I think.
Joe Shane's, I think, kid.
Yeah.
Said, hey, you should go after this guy. When you sort by overall, he's up there.
He's up there. He's good. Oh, my gosh. That's so crazy. And also might be smart. You know, you never know. No. So with the actual ratings that Bill Barnwell goes by, he's talking about, he uses some analytics metrics. He uses production. And I think he also used value, the value that these players have within the league. So between production value and analytics, where do you think the Bengals playmakers rank amongst the other teams?
I'd have to go number 2.
Close. They're third.
Okay.
Number 2 is the Lions. Number 1 is clearly the Philadelphia Eagles. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. They're loaded.
Yeah, they don't really have weaknesses there.
0 weaknesses.
There's a reason why Jalen Hurts will not win MVP.
Now, exactly. Now, herein lies my point, though. Because as I try and just flood some praise onto Joe Burrow and the decision maker he is and how accurate he is and how he is so good at placing the ball in the hands of these elite playmakers. The common thread between those three teams, the Eagles, the Lions, and the Bengals, who have the top three teams when it comes to playmakers in the NFL, according to Bill Barnwell and his astute studies, is that those quarterbacks who all got paid mega deals, Jared Goff, Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts, each of them, it does feel like we would think a whole lot different of how productive they are, how good they are, how much money they're worth if they weren't surrounded by that elite talent. Like, what do we think of Goff, who was a former number 1 overall pick, but before he got into that Lions system surrounded by all of those dudes?
When we praise Jared Goff, it feels reluctant. It feels like he went to the Super Bowl once.
Yeah.
And he was a quarter of football away from going back to it again. And that offense is a buzzsaw, and he is the most important position in football. So you got to give it to him, but you don't really believe it. If Jared Goff was the starting quarterback of the Raiders, we would not be talking about Jared Goff.
Yeah. And that's the weird thing to me because Goff has had some really good seasons. Like, Joe Burrow had the Super Bowl run, which is already cemented his legacy. All he had to do was appear in one Super Bowl and look cool doing it, and he's already like one of the 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time in many people's eyes.
I don't even think it's the appearance. I think it's the fact that he went through Mahomes to get there.
That helped too.
Because it's not just one of those, wow, crazy year where Mahomes was out in Week 11 and didn't finish the season with the Chiefs, so it's wide open, anybody can win this. No, it's because he went through Mahomes.
The other caveat is the funny thing about the whole went through Mahomes thing that people tend to forget.
Minimize it, please.
Yeah. Mahomes had the ball last in overtime in that game, made some knuckleheaded plays, and lost that game more than it feels like Joe Burrow went out and took it from him. Just going to say that. It was the Bengals defense that stopped Patrick Mahomes. Give the credit to Lou Anarumo and that Bengals defense for stopping Mahomes in overtime. You're talking about Mahomes has the ball in his hands with a chance to win the game, and the Bengals defense made a stop.
I'm all right on July 9th relitigating 2021 football.
Yeah, no, tell me right now. Right now, face to face. No, for real. Because what are we doing? Because we can't give credit to Josh Allen for the 13 seconds game and then not give credit to the Bengals defense for not allowing that. Right? Like everybody's saving grace to Josh Allen was, he had Mahomes beat once. Well, he didn't. He didn't because they left 13 seconds on the clock and Mahomes got it done. The Bengals offense and the Bengals team in general, the ball was in Mahomes' hands in overtime with a chance to win it. Why are you scratching? Am I being ridiculous now?
No. I think it's hard.
It's kind of a good point.
It's kind of a good point.
It's a really good point, damn it.
Things. It's okay. It's an okay point.
It's a great point.
This point will not be a top 10 point you make on the show.
This is a genious point.
This point does not hold a candle to my point yesterday when discussing.
Who really beat Mahomes, the Bengals defense or Joe Burrow?
All right, so you think Joe Burrow's going to go back-to-back as passing champion?
Yeah,
you think
damn
Jamar
right.
Chase?
He's going to go back-to-back as receiving champion as well. He's tied with Justin Jefferson for receiving odds. The one person, I looked at the rushing champ as well. And the funniest thing is, you would think that of receiving champ, rushing champ, and passing champ in the league, you would think that the rushing champ will be the hardest one to repeat on because of the volatility of injuries with running backs, the age issues that come with elite-level running backs. There's literal data that shows the more touches you have in one season, it parlays into you having an injury-riddled season afterwards. The most recent person to repeat between those three statistics, Derrick Henry 2020. Your guy. Back when he was in a Titans uniform. And Saquon Barkley is favored to do so as well at plus 500. The nearest guy on his tail would be Derrick Henry with the Ravens. And again, we might be looking at a year where all three actually hit, which has never happened in the history of the NFL, and that makes me absolutely just excited to watch the numbers as we go about this year.
Yeah, and Saquon didn't play Week 18, remember?
Exactly.
Like, that was the big topic of discussion. He could have gone for the record and chose not to and still was the best in the league when Derrick Henry had a career revitalized by weapons around him with the Baltimore Ravens.
And all three of those guys over this offseason have only further fortified themselves to be in a better position to do it again. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, well, the defense got worse. Chase got paid, so he'll be there at camp the whole time and not distracted by contract disputes, which he admitted he had last year. He admitted that's what derailed part of the beginning of the season for him. So for Chase and Burrow, they are well positioned to go into the league year with nothing on their mind but playing ball and playing ball the right way. And they're going to be putting up some crazy numbers. And then for Saquon Barkley, you're rolling out that same formula. If it worked last year, why wouldn't you do it again? Now, sure, you might get pushed out of a few touchdowns here and there, but when it comes to racking up rushing yards, I kind of already know what the Eagles playbook is going to look like. Halfback dive, halfback stretch. Like, it's going to be nothing but just turn around, get a ball to Saquon, and let him do what he does. It's going to be fun. We're going to have to see. But I do have, most certainly, of those three, I'm more than confident Joe Burrow is the one that's going to take the crown at the very least to go back-to-back when it comes to passing yards. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Of Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and Saquon Barkley, who is most likely to repeat as the yards champion when it comes to rushing, passing, and receiving in the NFL this next season? We're 57 days out from the kickoff to the NFL regular season. 57.
You said
Shout out Ricky Jackson.
Justin Jefferson has the same odds as Jamar Chase to lead the league in receiving yards?
Yes.
That's a lot of stock in J.J. McCarthy.
I mean, he has one job, and that's get the ball to him. That's like, yeah, where's 18? Yeah, I'll throw it over there. He's like but the one thing I'll give Justin Jefferson too is I think he is almost an underrated catcher of the football, if you will, despite him having one of the most immaculate regular season catches of all time, the one against the Giants that we always talk about.
Bills.
I always say Giants. I don't know why.
I don't think you always do. It's the first mistake.
Really?
Not a good point by you.
I'm terrible today. But, like, he is not just so good at going up and getting the ball, but also getting open when the whole defense knows that he is the primary target. And Kevin O'Connell talks about this. Justin Jefferson is open about how he is defended differently than anybody else in the league. We used to, like, heap praise onto Randy Moss in a way that was unparalleled. Jay Jettis is one more elite season away from literally being that in football.
Is he the best receiver in football?
He is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Jamar Chase, despite the numbers, like Jamar's going to put up better numbers, but he's the best receiver in football. Chase is elevating Burrow to an extent, but Burrow still is an elite level talent, a number one overall pick. What Jefferson's been dealing with out there in Minnesota,
yeah,
and still putting up numbers. Come on. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Who's most likely to go back-to-back when it comes to passing champ, rushing champ, and receiving champ between Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and Saquon Barkley? Let us know. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. 888-760-3776. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care is a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. CCAT, you missed it yesterday. I was out at the signing for our guy, Adam. I got to get this right. Adam Balunganali.
I watched on YouTube.
You weren't there, though. You watched on YouTube. He committed to Auburn.
Yes.
So the Cardinal Newman, he's the number one inside linebacker. He's a Cardinal Newman linebacker coming into the year. He played the last 3 years at Benjamin. He committed to Auburn to go play for Hugh Freeze and try to help him save his job.
So how early did you know he was going to Auburn before he made the announcement? Because we had a graphic ready.
Yeah.
Like you kind of saw behind the scenes there. How long did you have to hold on to that secret?
Oh, dog. I got sources.
Did you know before, like the day?
I had an inkling before the day, but I didn't learn until the day of.
Okay.
So, and I can't reveal how I found out.
You should have made that about you. You should have worn an Auburn sweatshirt, and you also take your blazer off.
Do you know how hilarious that would have been?
Because we always see the parents do it.
Yeah.
They low-key like being a part of the moment, and they have their T-shirt on. That's the school colors. You should have done that as just the radio guy who happens to host the commitment.
No, absolutely. I don't think I do things for the bit. I do things for content often. I'm not sure if I would have the gall to do that.
You just rob the kid of the best moment of his life and try to make it about you.
So again, Adam Balagunali, who is going to be a linebacker for Cardinal Newman, who's going to go to Auburn, which we learned yesterday, and you can watch it at ESPN once upon what we did. When I was afterwards, I was hollering at some of his family friends, AJ and Stephanie, actually, who were great people. They listen to the show often. Really good people, actually. And AJ's wife, Stephanie, was telling me all about the Baltimore Ravens, a huge Ravens fan.
It's a good person right there.
And was going absolutely deep in on how great of a passer that Lamar Jackson has transcended into. And her and I agreed Lamar Jackson this year might enter that conversation.
The rushing yards champ?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not even just as rushing yards champ, but the way. And again, it would take some massaging. It would take a little bit of the defense deteriorating because again, the problem for Lamar is that team is so great and he's gonna run for about 1,000 yards. It's gonna be hard for him to be competing for the passing yard champ. But both her and I agreed he should have been MVP last year. He's better than Josh Allen. She's willing to agree to it, not you, and that he might be in that running. Just saying. Be on the lookout. Are you excited for this year, Lamar Jackson? I think he's going to be on a revenge tour.
I mean, I'm just as excited this year as I was last year for the Ravens.
Yeah.
So, it's not a new feeling. I don't feel like a Commanders fan might feel after not going into last season with much expectations and then, wow, to the NFC Championship game, this is awesome. Let's do this thing again.
Yeah.
The Ravens have been there and been there and been there. So, I'm just ready for it.
Just ready. It's like the season. So for me as a Chiefs fan, the season technically doesn't start until the AFC Championship game. When does the season start for Ravens fans?
I mean, last year in the postseason,
Yeah.
we had a conversation about the Ravens, or about the Steelers, rather. And I forgot how the Steelers season came to an end, even though I'm a Ravens fan, and the Ravens beat the Steelers in the first round of the playoffs. So
That game was over before it started.
So I'm going to say divisional round. That's when the season begins for the Baltimore Ravens, if you ask me.
You're right about that. The divisional round is where it starts for the Ravens. I think the Chiefs are the only one in the AFC that can say it starts in the conference championship game. And I think on the NFC side, this will be a fun conversation for us to have later in the year, later this summer. Probably the Eagles season doesn't start until the conference championship game, right?
I would say so.
Yeah, that's got to be the bar.
Whenever they run up against the Lions or maybe somebody new burgeons out of the NFC, maybe all of a sudden the Packers are the truth. Hey, listen.
What are you, Mike T?
I'm just saying. I said maybe.
Is Mike Tannenbaum taking over the airwaves here in the middle of our show?
We didn't expect the Commanders to be as good as they were last year. Odds are there's going to be someone new to the dance that we do not expect right now.
Chicago Bears. No, I'm kidding. I'm banned. I am barred from any kind of Bears optimism talk.
We're running this thing back.
On the other side, the get around, we've got to discuss maybe the most electric play in sports. There's a lot of great ones. You can do half-court shots. Mm-hmm. You can do full-court shots. How about that? In football, you got the punt return. I think I like punt return over kick returns. Much more flowing action these days.
Yeah, I think so.
But there was one play in sports that happened yesterday that might top all of it.
And there was also another electric play in sports in a different way.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Oh, I'm excited. The Get Around's next. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. It's Wednesday on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast, professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium is America's busiest ballpark, with Florida State League baseball games 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday, including the 2-for-1 Tuesday ticket deal, Silver Slugger Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Friday Family 4-pack, Kids Club Saturdays, and $10 tickets every Sunday. Enjoy all the fun promotions while seeing the future stars of baseball take the field. For tickets, schedules, promotions, and more information, stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, proud partner of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
If you're hungry for some Duffy's and you want it for free, you're going to want to stick with me. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. We're back at it on Wednesday here on Theoretically Speaking. And most importantly, we have our Duffy's Theoretically Trivia giveaway coming up soon. So stick around. We will have that in about 10 minutes. You know how to get involved. You just pick myself or CCAT. We're going to go head-to-head in some trivia. And if you pick the right winner, you could have a $25 gift card to Duffy Sports Grill. And I'm going to give you some time to look at that menu right now. How about this? While you wait, hop on Duffy'sMVP.com and check out some of the great options that Duffy's provides you. The triple tacos. How about some of the Draft House favorites? Like the jumbo fried shrimp, buttermilk chicken tenders, beer battered fish and chips. They do it right at Duffy Sports Grill. You know, the good thing about Duffy's, too, is when you go there, 80 or more television screens in every single location. Plus, they have they're famously known for the 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. You don't got to check your watch at a Duffy Sports Grill. You don't have to rush your waiter. Hey, hurry. I'm trying to get it in before happy hour ends. No. It's all day. It's every day. 2-for-1 drinks. Duffy'sMVP.com. Check out the menu. See what the nearest location is to you today. Of course, there's Rib Fix Thursdays. That's tomorrow. You dine in, $12.99. You get a half rack of ribs with a side. You're not beating that kind of stuff. Duffy'sMVP.com. Check out the menu. See the nearest one to you. At Duffy's, our game is always on. CCAT, there's an interesting question that Tina just posed in our chat. I'm going to save it for the happy hour, our discussion on it, but it's about easier sports feat, catching a fly ball or catching a punt, like fielding a punt? Mm-hmm. It's actually a really good question. We're not going to do it now. We're going to get to it when Tina comes around. I don't want to steal her lore, her thunder. But that's a really good question For right now, how about we just jump on my favorite way to get all around and check out the hot topics around the nation in sports. Safebound Get Around.
The Safebound Get Around is brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, South Florida's most trusted moving company. You're safe with Safebound.
It's time to hit it. We're on the move. We got motion. We got some hefty motion, but let's see where we're starting things off.
Next stop, San Francisco.
I like the Bay.
Cisco, as some people call it.
No.
We're going there.
I don't think anybody calls it Cisco.
Some people call it Cisco, and apparently people from San Francisco don't like when people call it Cisco.
Nobody calls it that. Cisco's a singer.
No. Well, last night we saw one of the most dramatic finishes in recent regular season baseball memory in the Giants-Phillies game. I'll set the scene for you. Bottom of the ninth. Giants, they're at home, and they trail 3-1 at bat. Runners in the corners, one out. Take it away, Dave Fleming of the Giants Radio Network.
I'll tell you this about Patrick Bailey. He's having a tough year offensively, but he does have the clutch gene.
Third one out. Patrick hits a high drive. Deep right center field. This one is off the top of the wall, and it ricochets, and it's rolling on the warning track. 2 runs are in. Bailey coming around third. Patrick Bailey scores! It's an inside the park walk-off home run. Now we've seen everything. And Patrick Bailey gets tackled as he crosses home plate. Amazing.
A walk-off, 3-run inside the park home run, courtesy of Patrick Bailey of the San Francisco Giants.
Household name that Patrick Bailey is.
You'll never forget where you were if you're a Giants fan and Patrick Bailey rounded third base to win the ball game. The only way it could have been better
July, man,
is they were down by 3 and the bases were loaded, right?
Right.
That's pretty much it. That's kind of the ultimate slam, they call it. A walk-off grand slam when you're down by 3. But come on, an inside the park home run walk-off? Can you think of anything better in sports?
I mean, like, the only thing that would be better would be like a... No, absolutely not. I can't think of anything better in baseball. You know what will make it better, though? When something like that rare happens, they should allow the fans to also storm the diamond and meet him at the plate.
Like Hank Aaron, when he set the home run record, I believe?
Yeah, they should open up the gates and allow people... Because you don't get fans rushing the diamond in baseball. Do they do that at least at the College World Series?
Not in the College World Series, because it's a neutral site.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, I'm sure some of the fans take the trip.
In the super regionals,
Yeah.
you think that would be dangerous, man. There's heavy drinking in college baseball games in the South.
If people could behave themselves, imagine how electric that would be, though, because you feel the anticipation bubbling, and then the security is like watching, they're waiting, and they're like, okay, is he going to complete the inside the park? And it's only for this specific situation because it's rare, right?
Yes.
It's only happened, 9-10 times in the past, 3-4 decades?
Sounds about right.
That's what people have been saying.
Okay.
That's what the stats have been saying, the nerds. They've been trying to look it up, and every time I hear the stat about it, it's different.
There's something special about an inside the park home run.
It is crazy. It shouldn't happen at the major league level.
Well, it takes a ballpark that has weird contours and angles, which San Francisco does. I remember famously Ichiro Suzuki hit an inside the park home run at the All-Star game, and I remember where I was. And as a Yankees fan, I remember where I was when Brett Gardner had an inside the park home run at Yankee Stadium on a random regular season game. And it was cool, and it was incredible, and it takes a certain amount of special bounces and speed on the base pads to make it possible for it just in the third inning.
Yeah.
When you're up by 10, let alone
It's the build-up, too.
the build-up, because you already love a triple. and you love when someone gets into second gear, rounding second base, then to go for it. It's risk-reward because you're already in scoring position at second base.
Yeah.
Well, that times 2. You're already in scoring position when you're on third base. Why go for the plate? You already tied the game up.
You know what would make it even cooler is if it was a close play at the plate and he did one of those fancy maneuvers where like the guy running in like slides and avoids the tag and comes back and slaps the plate. I just saw that happen recently in the major leagues, and I was like, yeah, that might be one of the coolest plays in sports. If you do that attached with that, then you're probably going to go straight into Canton.
And you know what? It could have been, you might think, well, it could have been better if there were 2 outs on their last leg. But the fact that there was 1 out, 2 runners on, it was more reckless to try to go for an inside the park home run.
Yeah.
Because if there's less than 2 outs, you stay at third base. All it takes is a sacrifice fly, and you win the game anyway. But no. He took the chance.
I like it.
And it paid off, and it was at the detriment of a Philadelphia fan. And for that, it makes me smile.
Also, it's July 9th, dude. Just take the chance. 162 games. You got a chance to do something epic like that. Even if it was close, take the chance. Who's going to remember if you fail?
True.
Nobody cares.
Man.
A little baseball regular season action in July. Just do it, man. Do cool things.
Because oftentimes, if it's a Little League home run, it takes an error be there. But if you watch the play, it was just a bad bounce off the wall in right center. So there was no mistake made. The Phillies played the best they could.
They fielded it correctly.
Woke up, played some golf this morning. Bunch of Philadelphia fans that I went to school with in the group chat just saw how the Phillies lost last night. I'm fuming. Made me smile.
Oh, they were sad in the chat?
Yeah. Sad in the chat.
That's nice. It's always nice when others are sad in the chat, but you're not on that side.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they're rivals. It's good.
The Safe Bound.
Next stop.
Hit the wrong button.
Yeah, this conductor's a little bit off there. Is it happy hour early for our conductor? What the hell's going on?
Next stop.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Ugh, I see why they tried to get
minor league baseball, baby.
Oh, God.
Where magic happens. It's the Jacksonville Jumping Shrimp. It's the Norfolk Tide. That's how you pronounce Norfolk, right?
Yeah, Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
They just don't have to know to talk over there? What's going on?
I don't know, man. You know, I went to college in the 757, Hampton Roads, Hampton University, shout out. And yeah, they say Norfolk. They get mad at you if you say Norfolk.
It is the first inning, and there's a runner on third base in this, what many would consider a nondescript, meaningless baseball game for the people that are around here. But listen to what happens on their broadcast.
1-1 the count on Paulie. A huge crash of lightning as Contreras kicked. And it's a balk.
Wow. They're going to call that a balk and everybody jumped.
So I'll set the stage for you
crazy.
again. Yeah, exactly. So the pitcher's on the rubber, and he sets. He's getting ready to deliver this pitch, and he's actually going to go through the stretch. And the thunder strike happens, the lightning strike happens, and he flinches. He doesn't throw the baseball. He just steps off, and the umpire calls it a balk.
That is a crazy call.
The runner at third base scores, and the first thing that I thought was, that's the incorrect call.
Yeah.
I thought if there's a thunder strike, a lightning strike that loud, where it sounds like...
Was there lightning with the thunder? Because both of y'all keep calling it lightning, and I want y'all to help delineate between the two right now.
Isn't, like, thunder derived from lightning? Isn't the sound of lightning thunder?
Lightning happens first, and then thunder comes later, and I'm not sure. I mean,
but that's because light travels quicker
faster than sound, yeah.
Right.
So I'm just saying, did y'all see lightning, or was the lightning a little further away? Is my question.
I was in South Florida when this happened. I didn't see the lightning in Jacksonville, believe it or not. But they didn't go into a delay. So my initial reaction was, wait a second, a lightning strike that close to where it's that audible for the crowd there, where everyone ducked for cover. It wasn't raining, but everyone ducked for cover and went to get to safety when that happened. To where I thought the game would have gone into a delay because of a lightning issue. You don't want to be, out there in the open field when there's thunder and lightning.
It's not the ump's job, though. They have...
It is the ump's job.
No. It's not. There's lightning detectors. There's radars that if it hits within a certain, diameter of the stadium, then it's a delay.
Radius.
I said diameter. Radius. Whatever, man. If it hits close enough, they're not out there. The bulb, it's like a thing. There's a scientific thing.
Yeah, but I feel like the umpire should be at the safety of the players. And when that lightning strike happens, he should say, Lightning and thunder are the same thing, aren't they not?
No.
Yes, they are.
They're not the same thing. They're two separate things. We heard thunder. The lightning happened first. Maybe the lightning was far enough away to where it wasn't stopping the game, but close enough for the thunder to be really loud.
But the thunder would not be that loud unless the lightning was that close.
How do you know that? Are you a meteorologist?
1-1 the count on Paulie.
That's loud.
It is South Florida. Every piece of thunder is loud and thunders. Plus, what the hell else is in Jacksonville? It's probably nothing there to block the sound.
It is not South Florida. It is North Florida.
Same thing. Thunderstorms and lightning storms out here are absolutely ridiculous. It is an atrocity. I'm not sure how people get through it.
So to reset, they called a balk and a run scored. They should have called time. They should have said, that lightning strike and that thunder strike happened. Bang. Unsafe to play. So what just happened? Your reaction, which happened after the thunder strike, was when play was already suspended. So that run should not score from third base.
It's the wrong call only because I think you should use common sense. Sometimes in sports, common sense should take over. And if everybody's ducking and covering, and probably including the umpire, we should just reset and throw the pitch. But you don't delay the game if the lightning wasn't close enough. You're wrong about that. I'm sorry. You're a good guy. You're just wrong about this one thing. It's not bad.
Thanks. Let's go to Atlanta, Georgia. Because Theo talked to me before the show. He said, really only 2 baseball topics in the get-around? Can I get a third?
Really?
I was like, all right, I'll scratch and I'll find one. Well, it just got dropped off on our doorstep. As of 5 minutes ago, Major League Baseball will use automated ball strike challenge system at next week's All-Star Game in Atlanta, according to ESPN's Jesse Rogers. The decision comes after the league revealed that it could begin using ABS on a full-time basis starting as soon as next year. Again, that is when the catcher, the pitcher, or the hitter did not like whether the pitch was called a ball or a strike, and they tap their helmet and they go to a review. Each team has 2 reviews, 2 challenges, If they get it right, they keep it. So realistically, a team could have endless challenges if they're right every single time, and it becomes a humiliation for the home plate umpire in that game. We talked about it before the season when they were instituted in spring training, in minor league baseball.
Yeah.
Are you still on board that automatic ball strike challenging is good for baseball?
I am. And also, it seems like most fans are, right? MLB officials say 72% of fans who were polled during spring training said the impact of ABS on the experience was positive. 69% of fans who experienced it said they wanted to be a part of the game going forward, and only 10% expressed negativity towards it. That means it's probably good, and we should roll with it. I understand that people don't want to remove umps from the game. They don't want AI or technology taking over, but this seems like the kind of technology that is actually productive.
Yeah, we saw it in spring training, and we also saw it in minor league play when we saw the Florida State League at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium last week.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we said was an umpire should be able to say, I told you so, at the end of a confirmed call.
Or like doing one of those DX chops.
Yeah, what do you think about that, huh? He should show a little bit of tude.
Because they get heckled when they were wrong.
Yeah, by me. That's a get around.
Yes.
We've got money to give around to our loyal fans.
Yes, let's do it. You know the number, 888-760-3776. It's time for some Theoretically Trivia. We have Tina that's going to come in and deliver the questions, and it's going to be a great time. CCAT versus Theo Dorsey. The winner of Theoretically Trivia gets a $25 gift card to Duffy's MVP.com, Duffy's Sports Grill. Now, here's the caveat.
What?
You, the fan, can be the winner. You good people out there that are listening, watching, streaming on YouTube, that money can be yours. All you got to do is call in. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Call in right now. Tell CCAT who you want to choose between himself and me. And if you choose me, you will not hurt his feelings. And guess what? You can win a $25 gift card to Duffy's Sports Grill, depending on who takes you to Duffy's with a victory in Theoretically Trivia.
Oh, so they don't need to know anything about sports.
No, they don't have to know or answer anything. All they have to do is know that I'm better than you at Theoretically Trivia and make the right decision. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Call in, choose your fighter, and we'll have some Theoretically Trivia on the other side. That is CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're trying to make you rich. on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Is your credit on life support? Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Local bank representatives will be on site to grant special approval to consumers who meet certain minimum criteria. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Hello, is this thing on? I repeat, Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss the credit clinic today and tomorrow at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or go online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com.
We want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Credit affects down payment and approval term.
Evan Cohen here, reminding you that ESPN 106.3 is the official home for Inter Miami Soccer. Tonight, the GOAT hits the road. Messi and Inter Miami roll into New England to face the Revolution. Don't miss a minute. Coverage starts at 7 here on ESPN 106.3.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Wing Wednesday. Brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, proud partner of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
It's time for some theoretically trivia. You know the rules. $25 gift card to the contestant that selects myself or CCAT, depending on who wins, in a trivia battle. And Tina is here to deliver the questions. CCAT, let's get our contestants on the line. First off, we have Winston in West Palm, and he needs to choose his fighter between yourself and me. Before Winston gets potted up, though, Tina's in the house. Tina, what's our topic for trivia today?
Our topic is NFL Hall of Fame.
NFL Hall of Fame is the topic in Winston. Winston. Good people, you are now on Theoretically Speaking. Happy Wednesday to you, and who you got?
Give me C-Cat. Let's go, Cody.
Wow. Cody for the win, huh? Okay. Hey, great callback. Great callback, Winston, but also poor choice.
Whoa.
Poor choice. I will say that. So we got Ernesto's in Boynton. He's contestant number 2. Ernesto, are you happy that you got Big Teddy on your team?
Well, I was picking you anyway, man. So that's thank you for making it obvious. And real quick on who's gonna be the passing king this year? It's gonna be our boy from Boynton Beach, Lamar Jackson. All right,
Yes, sir.
Just letting you know.
Gotta love it. Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you for letting him know you were gonna get me anyways. He's like the Texans with C.J. Stroud. You know what I'm saying? He's like the Bulls with Jordan. Yeah, go ahead and take Sam Bowie. He's got the champ. Tina, the rules. You're going to ask us 5 questions. We are racing against each other. There's an overtime question as well if we're tied. The trivia is going to be about NFL Hall of Fame. And also, C-Cat has the hike. I have the whistle. Whoever buzzes in first gets the answer. The other one gets to recover if the first person misses it. Are we locked and loaded?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
$25 gift card to Duffy's on the line. Let's get it going.
Question number 1. What franchise has the most Hall of Famers?
Green Bay Packers.
Incorrect.
Oh!
I'm glad you did that because I'm like, I have no clue. All right, so if it's not the Packers, I'm going to go Pittsburgh Steelers.
Incorrect.
Wow.
Who is it, Tina?
The Eagles?
You don't keep going?
No. It's just we only get one guess.
Chicago Bears.
What?
That would have been my second choice.
No, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, it would have been.
All the defenders, huh? I mean, that's kind of crazy, though.
I just thought old teams, and those are the first that came up to me.
Yes, but I also thought about, like, old teams, but also really historically good teams, I would have thought. You know? The Bears have had some good years. They're not – that's weird. Okay. Theoretically Trivia, Pro Football Hall of Fame themed $25 gift card to Duffy's on the line. Tina, what's question 2?
How many years must a player be retired?
5.
Correct.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm like that for real.
For our audience to get educated, Tina, can you
sorry.
complete the whole question?
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe they learned something today.
Yeah.
Question number 2 was how many years must a player be retired before he is eligible for the Hall of Fame?
And the answer was 5.
Yes.
5.
I would have said 4. So you know what?
Oh.
Your haste didn't do anything for you.
I honestly wish I would have let you say 4 first so I could have dunked it on you. That would have been better. Okay, I'm up 1-0. Ernesto's in good hands.
Winston,
what's question 3?
Me and you, brother.
Who was the first African-American head coach inducted in...
Tony Dungy.
Dang it.
Correct.
Yeah. Man, Theo's got some tough questions to answer when he goes back home.
Yeah, they're going to be like, what the hell is that? Huh? You weren't paying attention in February, Theo?
Exactly.
They're going to bring the ruler out.
There's a conference coming up that you are no longer invited to, my friend. I'm taking your spot.
You're going to take my ticket?
Me and Jalen.
Damn it. Okay.
All right, 1-1.
Talking about NABJ. Jalen, you got a new roommate. Tina.
What Hall of Fame defensive end is credited with creating the term sack?
Deacon Jones.
Correct.
That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't know that.
The sack man himself. You didn't know that. I know you didn't know that. I did.
What's the origin? Like what is it like?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is it inappropriate?
No, I don't think so. I think he maybe just like I put him in a sack or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'd have to look it up, but I do remember he invented the term, and he sure did do a lot of doing it.
All right. I got to win this one to push it to overtime.
Question 5. I'm up 2-1. Ernesto is feeling good. What we got here, Tina?
Tina, what are those eyes for?
Yeah, why are you like laughing? Am I wrong? Was I wrong?
No, nothing. The eyes are that I was only given 5 questions.
Okay. So I got to make sure I throw it down on his head. Yeah.
If we tie,
we'll take care of it. We'll make shake.
Number 5. Which Hall of Fame defensive player is the all-time sack leader?
Michael Strahan.
Incorrect.
Oh, no.
He resides around Palm Beach County. You can catch him at your local golf course left and right, probably bragging and talking some trash. The one and only Lawrence Taylor?
No.
Oh, was it Reggie?
Hi.
Reggie White?
No.
Hi.
Who is it?
Oh, was it the Niners DN? Clark.
No.
Not Clark.
Yeah, Theo, come on. Tina, please.
Can we keep going? So just
I know, yeah. Hold on. Okay. All-time sack leader in the Hall of Fame.
which Hall of Fame
And I already won,
defensive
by the way.
player is the all-time sack leader?
It's not Lawrence Taylor. It's not Deacon Jones.
You want initials?
Yes.
BS.
That didn't help. Oh, Bruce Smith.
Yes.
Damn it. How do we forget about Bruce Smith? Is a tough name to remember, though, because people don't be, like, using it that many times. It's so hard. Okay, that was Theoretically Trivia. Thank you so much, Tina. I'm so happy because, well, I helped solicit a champion today, an MVP, and that is Ernesto in Boynton. One time, Ernesto.
Let's go, Theo!
Woo! We're going to Duffy's!
We're going to Duffy's!
I love
Everyone's
it.
a Hall of Famer at Duffy's.
Congratulations, Ernesto. You're an MVP. $25 gift card coming your way, and appreciate you for what you would have picked me anyway. So that's a lot of love. C-Cat?
Winston's still here.
Let's get Winston on the line. I'm sure he's very disappointed in your ball knowledge with the NFL. Winston, how you feeling?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling all right.
You never trust a Cody. Never trust a Cody when it comes to taking you to Duffy's. Gotta say that.
Sorry.
Next time, I had to pick Christian.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
He would have been more spruced up to do so. Thank you so much. Thanks for calling in and playing. That was a lot of fun. And always remember with Theoretically Trivia, when we bring it to you on Wednesdays, all you got to do is call, choose your character, and you can be like Ernesto, an MVP, taking your talents to Duffy's for the free. Should we go to break and do the happy hour?
Yes.
Let's go to break. Happy hour's next. Tina's already here, so we don't even have to go out and get her. We don't have to go tap her on her shoulder and pull her out of a meeting. She's ready to rock. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
When you're in pain and an hour seems like a day seems like a month, there's only one place to go for your treatment. Pain Care Florida. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Time waits for no one, especially when you're in pain. Visit paincareflorida.com. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manso's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manso's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
Summer's in swing, and the Marlins are serving up the hottest deal yet. Dollar Dog Night presented by Salins. Head to the ballpark on Friday, July 18th, and enjoy $1 hot dogs. Yes, $1 for the whole family. Then stick around for the weekend showdown as the Fish face the Royals, followed by a 3-game throwdown against the Padres, July 21st through 23rd. Don't miss this hot lineup. Get your tickets today at marlins.com/tickets.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Serving clients for over 30 years, Team IP has been the #1 souvenir merchandiser in the U.S., proudly powering over 2,800 events and 24 college football bowl games every year, including ESPN, ESPN events, and the Boca Raton Bowl, right here in South Florida. From custom apparel to branded promo gear, we bring your event to life. Want to boost your brand? Visit teamip.com and make Team IP your team today. Teamwork makes the dream work.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. Welcome on into the happy hour. The time is now. The time is now. We're going to get you a cocktail of the day. Eventually, we'll get video of C-Cat, who's on the ones and twos on the other side of the glass. But if you're watching us on the YouTube stream at ESPN West Palm, you can't see him. He's disappeared himself. He's figuring that out now. And if you're listening to us, you're like, what the hell are you talking about, Theo? Okay, now he put himself in a weird spot up top. Tina is in the house. All right, what up? Can I get some right? Tina's here. You heard the chuckle. She was here with us when I was destroying C-Cat in trivia earlier. Also, Tina, you were once called the Patrick Mahomes
I was.
of ESPN West Palm.
Yeah.
Yesterday at the commitment ceremony, you were called the girl who drinks a lot and works out a lot.
Yes, that is me.
Yes.
That's fine.
But you know what? Both of them work in unison, right? You have fun, you drink, and then you work
hard,
it out.
play hard.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Now I want to put it out there for the good people that do enjoy the happy hour with Tina, that enjoy theoretically speaking. And maybe we play it up a little too much. Your favorable hobby of partaking in, margaritas and tequila. She's not a heavy drinker. You're not like a drink every day gal.
No, it's pretty. I don't even drink like every weekend. It kind of just depends on the occasion.
You're an occasional drinker, but you enjoy a good margarita.
I love a good margarita. I love a good happy hour. Like I'm going to happy hour on Friday with a friend.
Oh, maybe you do drink too much.
It's occasional. It's not all the time.
It is. So
I'd have to have a really bad day or like a really exhausting day to go home and pour a glass of wine.
Well, and there's the thing. We were at Adam Balagoon Ali's commitment, not signing.
Yeah.
Cardinal Newman, number 1 rated inside linebacker in America right now, according to ESPN. 4-star linebacker going to Auburn. He committed live on ESPN West Palm. You can watch that on YouTube yesterday. And as Tina was there, one of our good people, AJ, he was like, he introduced you to his wife, Stephanie. He was like, this is Tina. And she drinks a lot but works out a lot. And you know what? I love that you said it with F45, every time he sees an F45, he thinks of you.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty dope.
Which is great. Again, like work hard, play hard, and, enjoy some cocktails. And amazing that also, too, like he's like, it was National Raspberry Day today. I was like, yes. So grateful for listeners. And like he listens all the time.
He learned that it was National Raspberry Day because Tina let us know it was yesterday, on LeBron James' day because he wore a raspberry-themed shirt 15 years ago today.
A hairy-ass fruit, man. Just a hairy fruit, the raspberry.
It's a good fruit.
It is,
It's a good fruit. We're going to bring raspberries in here, and we're going to make you eat them.
Ugh,
no. How about that?
He even brought up the eggs and cream.
He brought up the Linda's famous egg cream.
Yeah, egg cream, yeah.
I looked them up on Facebook. They're still kicking.
Still kicking, huh?
Uh-huh.
At the ballpark or no?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So this kind of goes into my cocktail of the day.
Wow.
Because I was looking for today's National Sugar Cookie Day, but the sugar cookie cocktails I was finding, I was like, these are a little too sweet, a little too complicated to make for me. I was looking for an egg, kind of white-based cocktail.
Yeah.
And I put in, first I was like, let's see if there's any other cocktails that involves like egg white and seltzer, like the Linda's egg and cream.
Yes.
And there was not but that. And there was multiple recipes. It was like a New York signature drink, eggs and cream or whatever. I'm like, wow, this is actually a thing.
That was a popular thing from Linda.
So you rediscovered the egg cream.
I did the egg cream. I'm
Only
like,
somebody warned you,
Well, I first maybe this is just like a one-off thing that CCAT just found.
Thought it was lying? You thought that this was
someone
someone
just thought it wasn't unique. She thought it was not unique.
Yes, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty popular.
So there's a cocktail that is an egg cream, so you add liquor to it?
No, I didn't want to.
So what's
do
our
the egg
cocktail
cream.
today? It's National Sugar Cookie Day.
And it's not anything with sugar cookies.
So what is it then? What's the
involves
theme?
egg whites.
It involves egg whites?
Because we said we like that. And I went from eggs and cream. I was like, we already did this recipe.
What's AJ going to learn today if it's just egg whites theme?
Today,
it's National Sugar Cookie Day.
Yes, but that's not.
It's got nothing to do with the cocktail.
This is where, again, like I start looking at cocktails, though. I'm like, what can I relate to today?
I don't want to hear it anymore. You know what? Let's just.
I have a cocktail.
It's hard for us to enjoy the cocktail if it doesn't have a theme with the day, just because we like egg whites.
And I got to be honest, I like when the egg whites are a part of the cocktail.
Yeah.
If it is the cocktail,
it
kind of takes some luster off. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
It's just a part of the ingredients of this cocktail that I found.
Okay. All right, we'll permit it.
It is called the Gin Fizz, and it involves gin,
gotta be careful,
lemon juice.
Don't say it 10 times fast.
Why did C-Cat leaned in when you said the name? Like he's like
bartender. One Gin Fizz. What? Music's too loud.
I saw the
what?
I saw the wheels turning in his head in this little small camera we have on him right now.
Dangerous.
He's like, Gin Fizz. I'm gonna enjoy this one.
Sound it out.
Okay.
Be careful.
I'm sorry. Okay, what's in the Gin Fizz? And who is our lucky partner that's bringing us the Gin Fizz? That's what I want to know.
Nobody.
No one.
Absolutely nobody. What color is it?
It's yellow.
All right.
Okay, so we're safe. What's in it?
There's
gin,
lemon juice,
and fizz.
Simple syrup, 1 egg white, and club soda.
Gin and lemon juice.
Simple
A
syrup.
little simple syrup. You need a little bit of that in this.
1 egg white and club soda.
The thing is, Theo holds get-togethers at his house. He's a big adult party person.
I am.
I'm thinking of his wonderful wife, walking out to the gathering with drinks on a plate, like, I'll round a gin fizz for everybody. Everyone just rubbernecks immediately. Like, what? Gin fizz?
Oh, there's a lot of ways I could have went with that, especially once you started talking about rubbernecks, but I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to eject. And what I will say is I would actually like that drink probably. That's just separately from everything that you're alluding to. I would like that drink, the gin fizz.
You would like that drink. Would you ever order that drink?
I couldn't. It would be hard.
Would you point at the menu with it on there?
You got to just gesture towards it. Just give a little head nod towards it. You know, there's a lot of drinks and things like that on menus these days that not a big fan of. You know, just like, hey, let me get that. You know what's good that I don't like ordering, but C-Cat you like, and I only had it once or twice. It's really good. Bahama Mamas.
But you can't get it within you to say, can I have one Bahama Mama?
Order that.
And for the missus.
Yeah. she would like an old fashioned.
You're right.
That's tough. Maybe that's my toxic masculinity.
Yeah, I worked at a sandwich shop all throughout college. And one of the gimmicks of the sandwich shop was like names of sandwiches that are inappropriate to say on the air.
Yeah.
Like one fat beep, and a fat beep. And people would be very uncomfortable going up to the register and saying, can I have one fat bleep? So they would point to the menu because they wanted to be more cordial.
It's like that one bacon brunch spot where they call you out of your name.
Yeah, there's one like
South
moving
Florida.
in town, and yeah,
they are coming here. I don't like that spot because they keep calling me that female dog name, and I'm like, hey, pump the brakes there, lady.
You don't know me like that?
Yeah.
They call you that?
Yes,
Like,
you have never.
That is the
I know,
entire
I-
impetus of the restaurant.
I know of the place.
yeah.
I've never been to it.
Yeah, I've been
but
a couple times.
Okay. I don't like
Maybe I do like the abuse. It's good food.
It keeps on coming back.
I went twice in Miami. The first time I went was my first experience, and it was close in walking proximity to my hotel because we were staying on South Beach. And me and my buddy, who, by the way, like 30 minutes ago, FaceTimed me in the middle of my show, so maybe he's not my buddy because he doesn't even know I'm on air right now. I'm rethinking that.
Not a real friend.
Rethinking that. But he and I walked over to it. We wanted some breakfast, and, yeah, we walk in there, and immediately, they're like, that's how they greet you. They're like, what's up, bleep?
Wow.
Or like, what's up, bleep is?
Yeah.
Like plural.
Yeah.
And it's not. I don't like it. And there's a viral video of a dude who was barking it back at the waitresses.
You got escorted out of there?
Yeah, yes. He got
enough.
in trouble for it, and I'm confused. I'm like, so they get to just
dish it but not take it.
Is there like a sign outside that's like, hey, warning?
Right, like there's a Dick's
you
There's a Dick's Vacation or Last Resort. Like there's a restaurant like that in Vegas.
Yeah.
And in a couple other places where it says like, hey, our service people, our waitresses, waiters, they will be mean to you on purpose.
Right. I don't think they do that because they're really nice. They just keep calling you the B word. And the thing is there's no warning. It's just named that. So it's named bacon that, and then you go and immediately they just start hurling at you, and then you start to figure it out. After the second one, I was like, okay, this is your whole thing. The food was good, though.
Imagine bringing your mom there.
Oh, no, see, I wouldn't be able to do that.
But people have done that on accident before, right? Like just kind of on Google Maps, like, I need some breakfast that's close by. All right, reviews are pretty good.
It's kind of crazy.
You walk up, your mom's to your side, and she's like, what's up, beep? You're like, oh, horrible mistake.
I think it's mostly ladies, too, that do it. I'm not sure if the dudes do it that work there, but if a dude did it, like, I think I have to strangle him. I don't know if I have another option. In front of my mom, too, like, if she heard it and she's like, oh, you're going to let him call me that? I would have to do something.
Yeah.
I'd have to leap into action. Damn. How did we get on this? We're talking about that cocktail.
The gin
Drinks,
fizz.
yeah. Bahama Mamas.
The gin fizz.
Did y'all see this is quickly, I wanted your thoughts on this, C-Cat, because we've been talking dynasties right quick. And in the NBA, you saw Chet Holmgren sign that mega extension with the Thunder.
Yep, did the thing where everyone gets paid after a title.
We saw that happen with the Celtics last year. The Thunder, much younger, but Chet at 23 years old, he just broke the record for blocks in a Game 7, 5 blocks, helped the Thunder to a title. He gets a mega extension, 5 years, up to $250 million. They just locked in SGA, who is who obviously finals MVP, the cover athlete for 2K. He's having himself a year, and they apparently plan to lock in J-Dub as well. C-Cat, I always go to you with these Thunder things because you did country music in the morning?
Yeah.
Catman in the morning?
I did sports too.
I thought you were the country music in the morning man.
Yeah, that was my morning job. My nighttime job was calling high school sports in Oklahoma.
Okay, yeah. So you're doing a little bit of both.
Yeah, I said the Thunder score in like halftime breaks.
Yeah, but I wouldn't just. You did the reporting out there. I wouldn't count just saying the Thunder score at halftime breaks as you talking ball.
I went to one Oklahoma State game as a credentialed media.
It was a Cade Cunningham game, though, right?
No, it was actually a Spencer Sanders football game.
Oh, football.
Where they beat the crap out of TCU.
Nice. Did you ever go to like Norman?
Just once. I got an Airbnb there, and I didn't go to any sporting events. I played disc golf and went to the casino.
I'm just curious to you, though, as somebody that's lived in Oklahoma and worked in Oklahoma within the industry, and we're sitting here in South Florida looking at a burgeoning dynasty in hockey with the Florida Panthers. The Oklahoma City Thunder, like, if this actually works out, them extending all of these guys and committing to this young team, and they actually reel off a few titles, like, does this have the chance of being like almost bigger than what the NFL would be in a place like that? Because like with hockey, obviously, like the Panthers could win 20 titles, and I'm not sure at what point, and Jonathan Zaslow, our guy who's a lifelong Panthers fan, says this as well. He's not sure at what point does this overtake the other fandoms. But in Oklahoma, there's nothing competing with it, and it's like their main thing right now.
Yeah, Pokes fans and Sooners fans can unite and both root for the Oklahoma City Thunder because it's very split down the middle between those two schools in sports fandom. Like college sports are bigger than pro sports in the state of Oklahoma. Like hands down, no doubt about it.
How many Thunder titles until that changes, though? How many Thunder titles until that's the talk of the state? That's the main course.
What's another state where they only have one pro team? In one of, we'll say the major three. We'll exclude the NHL. I know it's kind of uncomfortable to do that, but we'll exclude
it for this one. I almost said technically when you look at, well, I guess now.
Yes, I mean, the Carolina Panthers, you get two states there. There's no baseball team in the Carolinas.
Yeah, and then they got the Hurricanes.
And they don't have a basketball team, right?
They don't have. No, they have the Hornets. Oh, look at that.
Dang.
People always forget about the Hornets. That's one of the most forgotten teams in the NBA.
Yeah, so is there another state that don't? Virginia. Does Virginia have any sports teams?
No.
They just get looped in.
Yeah, they got no pro sports teams. They get like the Washington Commanders and stuff. They get like the DC teams.
West Virginia, they don't have any pro sports teams.
Zero. Damn, that's a good question.
Kentucky. Wait a second. Kentucky.
Zero.
They got to have a pro sports team in Kentucky, don't they?
No, they don't.
Huh.
Where's our number? Hold on a second. We got to figure this out.
How many states?
How many states only have one professional sports team? Tina, give us something. Throw us something.
Yeah.
Nevada.
Only one?
Nevada
has
Las Vegas, the Vegas Raiders, the Vegas Aces, the Vegas Golden Knights.
But they're so new that there's no like culture built around the Las Vegas Raiders. And I excluded the NHL for the argument.
Right, I know.
They don't have their baseball team yet.
Yeah, they're going to get the Oakland A's. Wow, Oklahoma's the only one. Huh. I guess we figured it out.
Yeah.
We cracked the code. We didn't even need the music.
I don't think the Thunder can do anything that would make the Thunder bigger than the combination of the Pokes and the Sooners.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Even combining it, it's just that those schools are so entrenched in families and they go to the games all the time.
Bedlam.
Yeah. Those two schools still dominate.
Soon I want to go through the list of the names of the rivalry games in college football.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I think there's somebody put out a big list of like the names, the coolest names of those. There are some really fun ones, some good ones, and Bedlam's up there. Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma. We were talking about it earlier in the office.
And Bedlam's on its last legs. You leave the Big 12 if you're OU.
Oh, man.
And you got to pull some strings, and OU does not want to schedule Oklahoma State because right now, Oklahoma State has everything to gain and nothing to lose, and it's the exact opposite for Oklahoma.
That is actually tough for them. But they have to do it, right? They have to.
No. Those contracts expire. Yeah.
I got to look into it. I didn't realize that was even a dramatic thing between them. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bedlam might be over.
That would be sad. On the other side here, we're going to get to our midday midterms. We had our cocktail of the day. We are kicking and grooving. You know how the midday midterms work. We're going to be grading things here on Theoretically Speaking. But before I take you to that break, as we move things along, I got to let y'all know the best squad to rock with if you are indeed moving. And that is Safebound Moving and Storage. You're safe with Safebound. Maybe you're thinking about a move to Oklahoma, huh? You want to get in on it early. Get in on that dynasty. See the Thunder actually rise to prominence above both the Sooners and the Cowboys. CCAT says it's impossible. Maybe if you move there, you can make it happen. And if you do, South Florida's most trusted moving company would love to help you. They actually helped my little sister get from the Miami area up to Georgia. And she had a great experience with it, right? You let the pros do their job and you can sit back and relax. Safebound Moving and Storage. You are safe with Safebound. They are family owned. They are based in West Palm Beach and they serve all of Florida. They also have this new thing, Safebound Luxury. You know, people out here love luxury stuff, right?
That sounds like it's got Theo written all over it.
Come on, dog. When I do move, or if I need some moving, or you know what, maybe I just need some storage, I'm rocking with Safebound Luxury. All right, they got an expert team in art handling. I got some nice art. At the crib. How about this? Special event moving, luxury retail, high-end residential. Safebound's luxury services has you covered as well. Whether you're moving out of the state of Florida, moving to Florida, moving within Florida, Safebound Moving and Storage has the experience, expertise, and 5-star customer service you can rely on. You are safe with Safebound. Midday midterms next. Tina is in the house. CCAT is here, rocking and rolling. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. Two of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Wing Wednesday. Brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Happy hour, man. It's the happy hour with Tina. CCAT is in the house. I think he's had one too many. And on top of that, we're going to be grading We're going to be pulling out the red markers. It's going to be a little midday midterms here coming. That's always exciting. I do want to talk about this trip I got coming. I am going to Cleveland soon, and that's supposed to be a good time. I got Mike Rizzo, Cleveland guy. C-Cat, he was telling me all these clubs and partying and things I can do. He has the hookups.
Yeah.
Should I take him up on this?
I like the hookup. Like
he said, he's got the hookup on nightlife in Cleveland. Mike Rizzo, Russo and Rizzo, 4 to 6 right here.
So he skips the line, like the velvet rope is lifted up for Mike Rizzo when he goes out in Cleveland.
I think some spots, yeah.
I'm forced to believe him until I see it. Now here's the thing, I'm nervous to take him up on it because I don't want to like have my expectations high. I'm telling my people out there like, yo, now my guy Mike got us.
That's true.
Mike got us. He said he gonna get us. I just got to talk to this one person. I get to the door and they're like, who's Mike? I don't want that to happen.
No.
Not even just for my look. I don't want, I can recover, but then I would have to feel differently about Mike Rizzo.
Not in front of your work wife.
That was
bad
good.
Look.
That would be bad. That would be bad. Also bad, I forgot my wedding ring this morning.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Is that what they say these days?
Yeah, I forgot it. Forgot it on the nightstand. Yeah. I got this happy hour to go to right after work, too, so I guess it's...
Just conveniently single Theo.
Conveniently forgot it. Just kidding. I'm not going to happy hour, but I'm not kidding about the ring. So if my wife's watching on the stream, I'm going to put it on as soon as I get home, honey. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Got 57 days until the kickoff of the NFL season. 57. Oh, wait, that's the number of one Ricky Jackson, former Saints linebacker, Pahokee alum, and also he is part of the Muck City Hall of Fame. One of the great players to come out of the Muck, Pro Football Hall of Famer as well.
How about that?
We had a little theoretically trivia, and I was curious if Ricky Jackson was going to come up. Maybe he comes up in the midday midterms. Let's ride.
You guys know the drill. I fire stuff out of the cannon, and you grade it like professors or teachers.
Yeah, I would be more of a professor.
Really? You think you've got some extra schooling after college?
No, I don't.
Aren't you actually one?
I was an adjunct teacher.
Wait a second. So
I was
we
an
have
associate
definitive
teacher.
proof where you are not a professor. You were a teacher.
I was an associate teacher, yes. I was an associate teacher, but I would be a professor at this stage of my life.
So an associate teacher, that sounds like a lunch lady.
No.
That sounds like you were outside a hall monitor.
I was a long-term substitute. I taught
They wouldn't give you the
English.
keys. They were like, this guy.
No.
A year-to-year basis.
I had some keys.
Every year was a contract year for Theo Dorsey, the teacher.
No. I mean, I had to prove myself. I had to prove it over and over again. But you know what? Nobody knows of mice and men like my 9th grade English class at Netchess in Houston. Nobody.
First up on the midday midterms, grade this from the Arizona Cardinals. They've got a team planning. Starting at $2,500 a person, fans can book one of the few spots to travel to the Cardinals game this season against the Cowboys in Dallas.
Why? Why? Do you get tickets with that? Or do you just get the trip?
Tickets include the flight, hotel, and game tickets in the lower level. An upgrade to $6,000 per person, which is... I feel like you can't use the word upgrade when it's more than double the original price.
Crazy. That's a whole different bracket.
An upgrade of $6,000 per person gets you first-class seats, a room in the team hotel, private suite tickets, and more.
Oh, my God. I just realized something. I'm going to rate that experience. I'm going to rate it an A+ because that is a very unique experience for a fan who has a deep enough pockets to enjoy. I do appreciate them providing this experience, so it's an A+ experience. This is a D+ mark if you are a Cardinals fan and you see this, though. They might be going broke.
Right?
Oh.
Immediately went to, why are they doing this?
Team owner just walked up there and was like, while the team's on the plane last year is like, gotta fill those seats. Like, what, in the stadium? No. On the plane. Wait, what?
They might be going broke. Don't forget they just signed Kyler Murray a couple of years ago to that major extension. They've got some guys coming up that they're going to have to pay. They just extended Trey McBride, their tight end, who just had a boom year. They might be going broke as an organization. Get the hell out of Dodge / Arizona. What do you grade it, though, Tina?
I think it's really cool. And again, like, what a unique experience. But yeah, I'm going to give it a D. I just feel like there's going to be issues.
Yeah, well, the issues is the pockets of the owners in Arizona. They might be going broke.
Team owner walking up and down the aisle of the plane, sees the vacancies. Then when they rent a full floor of a hotel, he's like, wait a second. We're only using half these rooms. We got to get butts in seats. We got to use this unused inventory and make some money off of it.
2 years from now, fans are going to be like bunking up with Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr. They're going to be like waking up next to him like, hey, good luck tonight.
Fans sleeping in the team hotel feels like there's something going to go wrong.
That's a huge issue because this is an entitled super fan who just paid $6,000 for this ticket.
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to be wanting to maybe see where the players are staying, bothering them on the plane at some point?
Or if the fan is already a problem on the plane, but he bought the $6,000 where he's going to, you already know you're signing up for the team hotel.
Yeah.
And then the suite, sorry, you're going to deal with him there too. He already paid for the ticket.
And I would call that fan entitled, but it's almost like
you have the right to be. You paid for the ticket.
$6,000?
That's crazy. But there's so many people that got it, especially in Scottsdale. That's like a retirement type place. That's like the Palm Beach County of the West Coast of Arizona.
All right, next up on the midday midterms, grade this decision by 2K. The face of the WNBA, the cover athlete for the WNBA in 2K is... Do you want to guess?
I saw.
Oh, okay, you know. It's Angel Reese.
So honest.
Let's hear it for my Reese's Pieces out there.
Yeah, I'm a Reese's Pieces.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's what she calls her fan base.
I love that.
So C-Cat is a Barb because he's a
Nicki Minaj
fan. I'm a Reese's Pieces because I'm a fan of Angel Reese.
Okay.
Now, I'm not as dedicated to being a Reese's Pieces member as C-Cat is to being a Barb. But what I will say is it's a great A+. I've never given back-to-back A+ on the midday midterms, but this is an A+. I love it because, number one, it's going to make a lot of people have to front and face the very person that they cannot understand why they hate, which is Angel Reese. And secondly, look at the game logs from the last 3 weeks. The reason why people haven't been tweeting out their stat lines is because they've been incredibly good. 22 points, 15 boards, and 4 assists. 16 points, 17 boards, and 6 assists. 24 and 16. 17 and 18. 18 and she's balling out. She's good. She's good at basketball. Don't ever call her Dylan Brooks again.
Ooh, I think she's closer to Dylan Brooks.
She's closer to Draymond Green.
Right, but
she's better. I think she puts up better stat lines than Draymond has ever done. But I say when you gave me the Dylan Brooks comment, I understood what you were trying to say. But let's give some respect to somebody who has also won a national championship.
But it's in the response to the Magic versus Bird. If we're going to make the Magic versus Bird in the WNBA, call Caitlin Clark, Larry Bird, Magic, or I guess you play style, you flip
Either way,
it.
yeah.
I would say Angel Reese is closer to Dylan Brooks than she is one of Larry Bird or Magic Johnson.
But the comparison had less to do with play style or impact on the court to winning, and it had more to do with the notoriety that they draw up, their meaningfulness to the league, the amount of that. Caitlin Clark's stardom is not as big, if not for the Angel Reese conflict.
I guess so, because whenever you have someone, quote-unquote, under attack or being attacked, whether it be verbally or physically on the court, hard fouls, whatnot, it makes the fans of that player, team, or coach that more rabid and that need to go to bat for Caitlin Clark because they're being unfair to her and mean.
People were people have been taking up their sword unsolicited for Caitlin Clark ever since the whole "you can't see me" thing that Angel Reese did back at her. And the funniest thing about it is, every single time somebody tells me they hate Angel Reese, they hate her. Oh, I can't stand Angel Reese. I always follow up and ask them why, and I've yet to hear a good answer. I've yet to hear a good answer. There's never been, because there's no real reason for you to hate her. Is it because she's bad at basketball? Well, what other WNBA players do you not like then? You know what I'm saying? You're saying she's actually kind of good, but then also if it's her poor play, what is it affecting your WNBA fantasy basketball team?
That's true. It cost me a lot of money betting on the Chicago Sky.
Bet against her then.
Yeah, I know what team she plays on.
That was good.
I know ball.
Okay, that was good. What's the next one? What are we grading next?
Grade this decision by Nikola Jokic. Joker informed the Denver Nuggets that he will not be signing a contract extension this offseason. Jokic became eligible Tuesday to ink a 3-year contract extension worth up to $212 million. However, the All-Star could earn approximately $80 million more if he waits until next summer to sign an extension.
Yeah, A+.
That is money.
Yeah, A+.
Right, like what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
what if he wants to win more games and win more titles by not taking more money from the Denver Nuggets?
He's so singularly good, though. I don't think it matters. Like, yes, he needs the role players around him to be solid, and they need to have the cap space and the flexibility to be able to sign guys around him. But, like, he almost single-handedly, without a bench, took the Nuggets team this year with a banged-up Aaron Gordon. They almost beat the Thunder. They took him to 7 with, like, no depth, no real stars around them. They took the Thunder to 7, and this was the dominant 7 Thunder team. So, yeah, Jokic is smart.
Like going from 70 to a possible 80, 2 in a hand versus 1, or 2 in the bush versus 1 in the hand.
And it's going to happen. He's not getting injured. Like, he's big, he's sturdy. He's like the Josh Allen of basketball. Indestructible.
And finally, grade this. Happening last night in San Francisco. The San Francisco Giants trail by 2. They've got 2 runners on, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing 3-1 to the Philadelphia Phillies. And this is what it sounded like on the Giants radio network from Dave Fleming.
I'll tell you this about Patrick Bailey. He's having a tough year offensively, but he does have the clutch gene.
3rd, 1 out. Patrick hits a high drive. Deep right center field. This one is off the top of the wall, and it ricochets, and it's rolling on the warning track. 2 runs are in. Bailey coming around 3rd. Patrick Bailey scores! It's an inside the park walk-off home run!
Can you name me a play in sports that rivals a walk-off inside the park home run?
I'm just laughing because Tina turned her headphones down because Buddy was yelling so loud.
It was so loud.
She couldn't take it. It was such a prolonged yelling. That's how great inside the park home runs are. Like, you're yelling for a while because you're like, oh my God, is it really happening? Like, it's a long buildup.
Exactly.
I was like, I can take it for a little bit. Then as it kept going, I'm like, I need to turn this down. It's a little loud.
A+.
A+ is for you this entire midterm.
I mean, you can't. It's hard to beat an inside the park home run to walk it off. Like,
when you're down, too.
Down by what, 2?
Down by 2.
Down 3. That was incredible.
One thing, it's a tie game because, like, okay, if you get thrown at the plate, we move on. Whatever.
He said afterwards he would have rather it go out of the park because he was really tired.
No way.
But yeah,
he's jokingly.
He's
okay.
Well, no, I think he was slightly serious, but probably joking. But it's way more epic the way it went down.
Right. That's true. After the fact, you're kind of cool you had that moment, but when you are jogging down the first base line or running down the first base line, you want that ball to go over the fence.
Yes, that would be the ideal situation.
I guess so.
Wow, midday midterms. That was a lot of fun. That was active, a lot of sounds. It got loud there. What's the guy's name, the radio broadcaster?
Dave Fleming.
Dave Fleming.
Of any relation to Cognizant Classic and the Palm Beaches, Todd Fleming, CEO there?
I'll have to ask. You know, he's touched a lot of franchises in his day. He's touched a lot of sports franchises. Worked for the Heat, the Cavs, the Cowboys, all over.
Maybe the San Francisco Giants radio network brethren.
Possibility. We'll have to find out. On the other side, we won't be finding that out, but we will be ridiculing a few college football coaches for very specific reasons. Stick around to find out why. That is Tina. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. This is Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Banyan Printing. For 47 years, the trusted partner for all your printing, mailing, and signage needs. And 2025 just brought something big to Banyan. Introducing Banyan's new press. Bigger, faster, and more competitively priced than anything you'll find anywhere in the Palm Beaches. Think variable data postcards, bulk mailings, and high-quality print on stocks up to a 24-point board. Banyan Printing. Visit banyanonline.com and discover how your business's printing materials can get bigger and better.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
So let it rip.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
You know, I used to love back in the day, and I'm getting a little nostalgia thinking about it, the old NBA Live games that would have everybody's name and their likenesses, and it looked real, even though it was like Live 98 and whatnot. Like back then, I thought it was super great graphics. I'm sure right now they probably look like Roblox characters. And then on the Chicago Bulls, instead of it being Michael Jordan, it was always like Player. His name was like Player. His mind, like he did not ever have his likeness in any of the the basketball video games growing up, and I thought it was kind of neat because it was just different.
Could they use 23, like Bulls number 23?
I think they used to throw 45 on him. I think it was 45, and his name was Player. I don't think he was even 23 because I think they had to make it a diversion from Jordan, and he didn't even look that much like Jordan. But nobody looked like their own characters back then.
But his stat, like his specs,
really good.
They were all very, very good.
Jordan-esque, if you will.
Okay.
So you still were able to play with the Bulls and dominate, but it was not Michael Jordan. And I'm not even sure if you had to use the technology back then to edit names and whatnot. I'm saying this because College Football 26, which last year CFB 25 came back for the first time in over a decade. EA Sports brings it back. It had a huge rush. It was one of the most successful and highest selling video games in the history of sports video games. Well, they brought it back, and apparently it's the early release is going on right now, so it's available, and people have been playing it. And yesterday we talked about the one punter from Kentucky who had a 0 toughness rating.
Adrian Lauros. Yeah, there is only one man in the world who has a 0 as his toughness rating, and it's the punter at Kentucky.
That's kind of like what would his girlfriend? He might have a girlfriend right now. Like,
Why would they do that to him?
I think he must have an X in the developer room or something. So he's scorned somebody with EA. Has to be.
Right.
And how do you prove your toughness as a punter anyway? What does a 99 toughness punter look like?
You know what I just thought about? Like, I know the Kentucky kicker from last year. I wonder if he knows the Kentucky punter. I can try to get in touch with the Kentucky kicker from last year, who was a Lou Groza Award finalist, and ask him just how tough this guy is.
We need to get him in studio, and he needs to prove his toughness. He needs to be ripping apart like phone books,
like
and punching cinder blocks.
Like, see if he can crush a watermelon like I did.
That's $1 million idea.
Yeah, I know. We should make it happen. He's not in Palm Beach County. I would say we could try to figure it out, but also back up.
Sorry.
You got me a little astray there. We were talking about CFB 26 yesterday because of the Kentucky punter. Today I want to talk about it because for the first time this year, they actually have the coaches' likenesses in the game. So all the players, most of them at least, their likenesses are in the game. They get to opt in to get money for it. The coaches had the same option this year for the first time ever, except for a list of, I don't even know why they chose not to, but about 12 coaches. People have been scouring through to find which coaches don't have their likenesses in the game. There's 12 coaches that opted out, college football coaches. Can y'all guess some of them? Some of them are pretty obvious. Big name coaches in college football right now that did not want their likeness in the game.
And the
Bill
money,
Belichick.
Yes. Bing, bing, bing.
And the money's not that much because these guys are the highest paid public employees of their states.
Yes.
And this is the same amount of money that goes around to everybody. The pie can only be cut so thin. Dabo Sweeney.
No, Dabo's actually in the game.
He cashed the check.
Shout to Dabo.
Whoa.
I'm happy for him. Dabo's in the game.
The LSU Kelly.
Brian Kelly's in the game as well. Congratulations to him because here's my whole point. And I'm going to make it quick because I know we're about to have to go. This game is supposed to be for the fans. It's supposed to connect you to the fans. Like the people that buy, they spend $100, $50, $70, whatever it costs these days to play this game, and they want the full college football experience. For Bill Belichick, for Frank Reich at Stanford, for Deion Sanders, of all people at Colorado, Trent Dilfer at UAB. I don't want to say anything bad about Tyson Helton at Western Kentucky because he's probably going to be in the Boca Bowl again for like the 8th time this year. But Tyson Helton, he kept his name out of it as well. I mean, how about this? Charles Kelly at Jacksonville State.
What are you trying to prove, Charles?
What the hell are we doing? Would you want to get a name mention because you know if you kept yourself out of it, we might talk about it? And then most importantly, the person I'm most mad at, C-Cat, Tina, head coach of Miami Hurricanes football.
Oh.
Mario Cristobal withheld his likeness from CFB 26. Absolutely corny behavior from all those coaches. I want to know what the reasoning is. This is what we should be asking them at the football media days. I challenge all media, when you get to those conference media days, ask them straight up, why were you afraid of the smoke? Why you ain't want to be in the game? It's lame. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best